What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Nate. This morning I am making my breakfast here. I'm doing dishes, I'm doing laundry, I'm cleaning my house, cleaning up after the squirrels who destroyed my garbage last night, and recovering from a long, exhausting YouTuber meetup yesterday at a closing Super Kmart in Warren, Ohio. Why do you care anything about this? Because you came here for an honest review on the Shock Doctor 875 knee brace, and I'm about to give it to you. Now, first of all, let me say that I hate reviews on YouTube where it takes people forever to get down to it. So if you're one of those people and all you need to hear is that this product is awesome and you should buy it now, then that's exactly what I'm telling you. This product is awesome and you should go buy it now. Now, for the rest of you who want to hear the details of why it is awesome and why I definitely recommend it after 9 months of using it myself, then here we go. Real quick, let me tell you why I'm wearing this in the first place. For reasons I have explained a billion times on this channel, I was riding a skateboard. The skateboard rolled away, one foot stayed on, the other one stayed on the ground. I did the splits, and when I went down far enough, my body weight came down and collapsed my left leg at the knee. I went to the hospital. They put me in an immobilizer, which I ended up wearing for just over a week. They didn't really give me a diagnosis. They said I would have to go through a bunch of stuff to figure out what was actually torn up in there, including an MRI, which I never did have done, because they told me it could heal up in a week or it could go the distance. And if it never healed up, then I should come back in for the MRI and start seeing a specialist, possibly get surgery. So at that point, the status of my leg was this. Without the immobilizer, I could not step on it, or else it would just, like if this is your knee, it would just collapse. This way, that way, that way, that way. Nothing in there to hold it still. I could not stand on that knee. Even though I had the immobilizer on, I used a walker because I didn't want to apply that much pressure on my leg. Now at that time I was between 320 and 330 pounds. The immobilizer is basically a piece of crap that they give you at the hospital to take you through about a week. Then it starts falling apart. So while the aluminum, I guess they are, braces, these long sticks start falling out the bottom of this immobilizer, I start searching the internet for a knee brace. I looked at a ton of them. The prices were all over the place. I really couldn't find one with a really good review. It is so difficult to find a good review of a product online, and this one was no different. I kind of weighed it out and figured what I probably needed, and then going by the looks of the Shock Doctor 875, I went ahead and ordered it from Amazon. I believe I paid, I don't know, somewhere between $60 and $90. I honestly don't remember. The prices are kind of all over the place as well, depending on where you look at them. That was kind of a middle-of-the-road price because there are cheaper ones. There are ones that are just like basically a sock you can pull up on your knee, and then there are other ones that are supposedly medical grade that cost hundreds of dollars from an actual medical supplier. I did check a couple of retail stores like Dick's Sporting Goods. I think one was called Harmont Sporting Goods. I checked Walmart, of course. You check Walmart for everything. Dick's Sporting Goods has these, but they did not have the size I needed. I'm a huge guy. Like I said, I was like 330 pounds, so I needed the biggest one they had, which was a 3X. I found it on Amazon, went ahead and ordered it. It got here quick. Amazon is a great place to order these things from. I've bought a lot of things from Amazon and never had problems. The only thing is you have to wait for a couple days as opposed to if you could just buy it in the store. But even Dick's told me that they don't keep that big of a size in stock, which is kind of funny to me anyway. You would think they'd have at least like 2 or 3 just in case. Anyway, when it gets to you, it's in a nice pack. It's a plastic box that you can close, open, close, open, close, open. It has little things you squeeze and it'll snap closed. So if you want to take it with you somewhere, you can keep that box, and it is a good thing to transport it in. Now this is a nice, thick neoprene sleeve. It is definitely not a cheap material, nor does it feel like a cheap material. It has 2 removable hinges, one on each side, and 2 Velcro straps, one on the top, one on the bottom, and that helps to secure it in place. Although, being a big guy, even though this was a size 3X, I didn't really need to pull that tighter at all. It basically comes around, meets right up with where the Velcro is, sticks on there, and that's all you gotta do. But there is plenty of room if you do need to pull it tighter. As far as quality goes, straight out of the box, I mean, it's 100%. This thing is solid. Like I said, it's quality, thick, heavy neoprene, steel braces, which again can be removed if you want to take them out. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Now let's talk about the size for a minute. My experience, like I said, I was between 320 and 330. The size 3X still fits very tight. When I first got it, I think I had to take the steel braces out. I put it on with the steel braces, and it was super, super tight, especially up above the knee. So when you first put it on, it's going to be very, very tight. It's going to take a little while for it to kind of work in. Kind of like shoes. You have to break in shoes to where they fit right. You also have to break this in so that it's not just super tight on your leg. This probably depends on how your leg is shaped, but at my size, naturally, my leg above my knee is a little bigger than below my knee. Especially on the inside, starting to go around the back. It seems like there's a little bit more fat there. So when you pull this thing on, it seems like it's a little bit cockeyed. It bends a little bit more to the right, like towards the inside, and seems like it doesn't stay exactly straight on your knee. There's that hole that's supposed to go right over your kneecap, and for me, it's always cocked a little bit to the right. This is even more so when you use the steel braces. However, it does not appear to affect it at all. I mean, I have the braces in right now. I've been stooping and bending and squatting all morning long because I've been doing laundry and cleaning up trash and looking for a lid in the lower cabinets, which I never did find, and it pretty much stayed right in place the whole time. And this is, again, after, 9 months of use. And that's not 9 months of straight use 24/7. It's just periodically when I need it. Now, when I first got it, I needed a lot more support on that knee, so I wore it for probably 2 to 3 weeks straight before I took it off and started attempting to walk without it. And even at that, for months after that, I wore it most of the time. So after all that time, I can say that it is broken in, and it is not like stretched out or used too much where I have to go buy another one. The quality in that sense is just amazing. It's a great product. Now let me just say this real quick. If there's something that I don't say which leaves you a question, or if you have any question at all about this, please feel free to leave it below and I will answer your questions about this thing. Because I'm sure I'm not going to cover it all here. Everybody always has a question and I can't think of everything. But I'm definitely doing my best to try to give you the best look at it that I would have loved to see before I bought it. Now let's see. Let's talk about comfort for a minute. It is very, very comfortable. Like I said, it's very tight, but it is very comfortable. The only thing about it that I find uncomfortable is after a while of wearing it and you are up being active and you're moving around and bending your knee and everything, it feels like it's pinching in the back a little bit. That's just the fabric back there that's kind of bunching up. So all you have to do is just grab a hold of it and pull it up. Just straighten it out. It's never going to be perfect. I mean, you do have a very tight band on your leg, but it is very comfortable regardless of that. That's really the only thing I can think about it that causes any kind of discomfort. I mean, it's not like sticky so that when you're pulling it up, it doesn't like pull on your leg hairs and your skin and everything. When you take it off, that's a little challenging because after you've worn it for a few hours or all day, it's almost stuck to your leg because of course you're sweating under there. So when you go to pull it off, you have to work at it a little bit. Of course, you undo the Velcro and then you have to get your fingers under it and kind of just start pulling and tugging and releasing it from your skin because when you've worn it all day and you've been sweating under there, it kind of grips it, which is partially a good thing because it helps it to stay in place. Now, as far as when I could not use my knee very much. I was scared to stand on my leg. When I put this on, it felt like a completely new muscle on my leg. Of course, it's not going to take away your pain. If it hurts when you're bending your knee, it's not going to take away that pain. But as far as allowing you that range of motion to bend and stoop and squat and those things that you need to do, as long as your knee itself is capable of doing that, this gives you that extra support that you need, like a big extra muscle on your knee. That's the best way I can think to describe that. If you've ever done any kind of weightlifting or bodybuilding or powerlifting and you have used knee wraps, it's like an elastic wrap that you wrap around your knee from the bottom to the top. And then you do your squats, and it gives you that much more power, that much more strength in your knee because it's like an extra rubber muscle on there. If this is the joint right here and it's just going like this, and then you wrap it up with a big thick piece of rubber, you see what I mean right there? It's going to give it that much more support because it's just holding it tight there. When you bend down, it's going to give it that elastic, that bounce back, if that makes sense. I think that's the best way I can describe it. And I hope that helps you to understand what I'm trying to say with that. Now, as far as the steel inserts go, they are hinged, which allows them to bend like this. So they go right alongside your knee, and when you bend your knee, they bend with it. one on each side, and you can remove them. Now, when you have them in place, obviously it's going to help to keep your knee from bending side to side like that, if you have that problem, and I had that problem. They are thick, heavy steel, so they do help with that, and they do prevent your knee from bending like that. Now, if you just let yourself go, God be with you. I mean, it's not a miracle. But as far as that extra support you need, yes, those steel inserts are wonderful in keeping your knee from bending the wrong way. Now, I also told you that you can remove those. And when you do, it makes the whole thing soft. It's a little bit more comfortable too. When I wore this brace at my biggest, I could really feel like the knobs at the hinges pressing against my knee on each side, and that kind of hurt. But like I said, once you really break it in and you get used to that, I mean, it's no problem. I've had this on for probably 8 hours today while I'm running around doing all my work, being very physical, and it doesn't hurt. I mean, like I said, it's got that little pinch behind my knee, and that's it. And I do have those steel braces in there. Now again, when you take those out, it makes the brace more of just like a sock that you pull on, but it's still nice and heavy and thick and still gives you a lot of extra support. And it's probably even more so like those weightlifting wraps that I just described, because with the weightlifting wraps, you don't have the extra support of the steel hinges. Now, like I said, if you guys have any questions, ask me below. I will answer your questions, but I think I have pretty much covered everything. We covered putting it on, how it feels, how it helps you, the quality, the strength, taking it off, breaking it in. I can't think of anything else right offhand. So if you have any questions, something I haven't covered, something you need to know about it specifically, please feel free to ask. But in the end, I am behind this product 100%. If you've watched any of my other videos on my channel, you'll see that I go around exploring abandoned places and walking around retail establishments and camping and just all kinds of things. Yesterday I spent a total of about 6 or 7 hours out at a Super Kmart that was closing because we had a YouTuber meetup. And all I did was walk around that store, around and around and around, inside and out. And after that, I still went out and filmed 2 more abandoned places. Now here's the thing, I was not wearing the brace when I was out there. I meant to put it on before I left. I totally forgot and walked out the door, didn't even remember till I was out there. So this morning when I got up, I was paying for it. My knee really, really hurt. I couldn't even straighten it out all the way. So I immediately pulled out the brace, put it on, and it was a godsend. It totally allowed me to go on about my day and perform everything physically that I needed to do. All that stooping and bending and cleaning up and laundry and all that stuff. I still have the brace on right now, but as soon as I'm done filming this video, it's gonna come off because I need a shower, yo. So that is my personal review after using the Shock Doctor 875 for 9 months. Awesome, wonderful, perfect product. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. Well worth the money. And if I'm being honest, it would have been well worth it if it cost twice as much. So if you're considering getting one, if you need a good knee brace, this is it. If this has helped you out, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Peace.